How to restring your clothes. Straw method was awesome. I just have to bring up something because I just had a little PTSD. And now we can laugh about it. That video was kind of a stressful one to film. The methods really weren't working. We were arguing about how to actually properly do it. I didn't have the right stuff to do it some other method. So anyways, glad it worked for you. Maybe I'll have to do a redemption how to restring clothes because filming that one, although it came across great and it does work, was a little stressful. The problem was the hoodie I was restringing, the fabric was kind of like a, I don't know what kind of fabric was, so it's not like cotton or thicker fabric, but every time I tried to string through the paper clip, the needle would poke through the fabric. The fabric was like very thin and like easily punctured. This is why I say it's good to have a few methods in your back pocket, because depending on the material, depending on whatever your unique scenario is, you might need a different method that'll work better. Most people believe that you can't use soap on cast iron, but you can wash your cast irons with a little soapy water. Follow the rules of your family and your house. My house and my family, the way I was raised, no soap in that cast iron skillet, although I have caught my mother on a few occasions using a little dab of soap. So I guess it's fine. As long as nobody's watching, go ahead and put soap in it. I try to do it the traditional way where no soap gets in there, but to each their own, you know? It's not a death sentence if you use soap in your cast iron skillet, but I try to avoid it as much as I can. All you should need, hot water, scrub it, make sure it's dry, re-oil it, it'll be good to go. 3 types of knives and their uses. I clicked on this thinking it was a Key and Peele sketch. A Lee and Peele sketch, but I know what you meant. There's nothing like a comforting bowl of ramen. Take your instant noodles, ellipses. I think this is when I did the upgraded ramen. You got the gross kind of ramen. The best is Marichan. Use whatever noodles you want. I don't discriminate against my ramen noodles. A packaged noodle is a packaged noodle. Actually, my favorite noodles are the Shin noodles, Shin ramen. I've tried them all, so whatever you have available. The gross ramen. Top ramen cup noodles is good, okay? Well, relatively good. Do not use oil if you have pets. I think this is a good tip. A lot of people were getting, what I feel like is a little heated in the comments about using essential oils in the home. The essential oils are for home use. If you have pets, if you have sensitive pets, if you have personal allergies, this method isn't for you. Make sure whatever you're bringing into your home and using in your home is safe for everybody in your home, okay? How to remove stripped screws. If the screw head is sticking out, then just lock it into the drill chuck and back it out. Ooh, that's a good one too. How to make Philly cheesesteak. For better results, use a serrano pepper. Okay, I like that. Well, I'm a big fan of spice. So yeah, use some serrano peppers in your chili fees. I'm struggling over here. Maybe even a jalapeno pepper if you strip the seeds out and stuff. I think it's delicious. Use a pepper to your heart's content. I think bell peppers. I have a friend who doesn't like anything spicy. And they say that bell peppers are spicy. It's fine to not like bell peppers, but they're not spicy. Once again, to each their own. I don't have your palate, I don't have your tongue, so whatever you're experiencing is your experience. So anyways, enjoy. Ingredients are for everybody to play around with and experiment with, and I think that's cool. Soapgate. When it comes to this cast iron skillet, we are definitely in Soapgate. Soap is okay. It's a holdover from when soap had lye in it. Soap now doesn't contain it, so it's not going to damage your pans. Just don't let your cast iron stay wet. I foolishly, lazily, left my cast iron in my sink. This was even for a couple hours, and it was red spots all over it, and I was like, foolish me. So yeah, I had to scrub, season again. So I had to go through all the work to to get rid of the rust and to re-season it. So you don't want to do that. So yeah, definitely don't let it stay wet, but that's interesting that, soap used to have lye in it, doesn't anymore. I still avoid soap in my cast iron skillet, to reiterate once again, but that's fascinating information. Transform your old car into new. The door windows on the Lucid seem really small in height. I need plenty of room to see out. I have never test driven a car like that, and like, if I could own one today, I would. I loved that car. Not only the features, but the simplicity of it. It drove so well. But you said that the windows looked a little small. So the model I drove has like clear glass above, and the lines are pretty thin. So I feel like I had great visibility all around. The other thing is even if you think those windows are a little shallow, it has the exterior 360 cameras. So the screen, whenever you need it, like if you're changing lanes or backing up, has the screen with all the cameras that give you all the visibility you need. So you can see the curb, you can see behind you, you can see all around the car. So the car has additional features to kind of mitigate those blind spots, and I had no issues. So if you're leaving this comment because you were interested in the car, I would definitely test drive it, because I had no concerns. And also, I'm used to driving a Jeep or bigger SUVs, bigger cars. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like a smaller car. I've never really liked like sedans, sports cars, like smaller vehicles. This car felt so roomy, so spacious. I felt so secure in it, and like the visibility wasn't a problem. So if you're looking for an endorsement, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was cool. Out of my price range? Yes. Cool car? Definitely. How to plunge a clogged toilet without a plunger? How to plunge a clogged toilet with, oh gosh. How to plunge a clogged toilet without a plunger? I've read this 3 times. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I cracked my toilet for sure using hot water. Okay, yeah. Don't want to use boiling, scalding hot water. Make sure that water's calm. If you're really nervous about putting hot water in the toilet that it will crack, just use hot sink water. That'll not be hot enough to crack it unless your setting is set to like 500 degrees or whatever. My brother's house, their water, I don't know what it's set to. It's burning hot. So if you have that level of hot water, maybe let it cool off for a minute. But most hot water, that's all you need, a little bit of soap. All you're looking to do is a little heat, soap for lubricant to loosen things up, if you know what I mean. A little gross, but like, yeah, just a little heat and a little lubricant will get things soft again. How to make homemade chilies. Use shredded chicken, changed my life. Enjoy your chili with shredded chicken, yum. I've had green chicken chili, which I love. And the red chili, I have not tried chicken. Well, that's not true. I have tried ground turkey in chili. I make that a lot. That's a good tip. Try shredded chicken if it tickles your fancy. Multi-purpose kitchen heroes. I hate really specific kitchen tools that I'll only use once. These are some great tips. Yes, same here. That's why I try to get the most bang for my buck out of what's in my kitchen. And also, I have limited drawer and cabinet space. I have limited room to just have gadgets and stuff. So what I have in my kitchen, I wanna make sure is functional and multi-purpose and has a variety of uses. 3 ways to remove blood stains. What about laminate flooring? Actually, laminate flooring I think should wipe up pretty easy, right? Now, why do you have blood stains on your laminate floor? Put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on like a paper towel or an old rag or towel and clean it up that way. Hydrogen peroxide should help with all, if not most, blood stains. I have to bring something cooked in order to drink free beer. What should I bring? So my go-to, even as somebody who loves to cook and is always in the kitchen, sometimes I do not have the time. So find some fun catering item. If there's a fun, trendy local restaurant and they have catering, maybe get something from there if it's within your budget. If not, get something simple. Like just bring like cheese and crackers. Just put a little charcuterie together. Go to your grocery store. Usually in the deli section, they have a lot of like kind of pre-made or like half-made options. It's a potluck. Just bring whatever's easy. Get some inspiration from what other people are bringing. If all else fails, bring some chips and salsa and just package it up really cute, I think for this, like I usually do potluck things. So like buffalo chicken dip, think of something like that. Or, the meatballs, those are all the traditional things you can bring to a potluck. So make it easy on yourself. Do something semi-homemade. You don't have to go nuts and crazy, or just find something from a catering place. How to clean a glass stovetop, or you can just use oven cleaner. Works great, no scratching. So the reason why I avoid the oven cleaner, which if it works for you in your household, great. I like to try natural solutions, so I do the razor blade technique, get all that dry and crusty off, and then, baking soda, vinegar, lemon juice, any combination, in one of those combinations. These are things you have on hand, but if you have oven cleaner and it works on your stovetop, great. You can buy kits even to clean your glass stovetop. So there's a lot of methods, and if it works for you in your home, perfect. Turkey leftover sandwich. Carbs on carbs. Who doesn't love carbs on carbs, It's the holidays, indulge a little bit, just, go for a walk. Get on the treadmill, I guess, I don't know. But carbs on carbs is what we're here for. How to make shortcut mole sauce. Why shortcut? JS try. What does JS mean? Just try? You're being real helpful over there. I haven't had many controversial videos. I feel like that mole video kind of sparked some outrage. It's not traditional mole, and I even say that in the beginning, and I don't know why people have not. It's a sauce. Experiment a little bit in the kitchen. It has really great, deep, rich flavors. It's very yummy. I mixed it with chicken, put it in a tortilla. It was delicious. So it has those flavors, but it's a little bit of a shortcut version because traditional mole uses a lot of ingredients and kind of takes a long time to make, where this version is simplified and delicious, and it's just an alternative. It's like a weekday alternative to mole, and when you don't want to buy like the packaged jarred mole. How to make lollipops at home. Oh, I forgot about this. Back in our candy experimenting days, do you remember that? That was a fun day. We made a whole lot of candy and treats. How much water, sugar, and corn syrup? I tried to make industrial strength Jolly Ranchers. What is industrial strength? As far as how much water, sugar, and corn syrup, you're gonna actually wanna follow a candy recipe. So what I do in the videos is I basically show you technique, show you that it can be done, kinda give you some tips and tricks. But I would find a specific candy recipe that you're trying to make. So do like copycat Jolly Rancher recipe or hard candy recipe. That way you can find the ratios. And also on the corn syrup, it might be, I've seen some corn syrups that have the recipes on the back of how to make candy with them. So you could even find the recipe on the corn syrup. Your ratios are one thing, how much water, sugar, corn syrup, yada, 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 to make your homemade candy. What you really need is a candy thermometer, because there are different stages with heating that produce different candies. So there's a softball stage, a hardball stage. That's the temperature you need the mixture, no matter what, to reach. The sugar needs to get to a certain temperature to then dry hard, to cool into a hardened state. So that's really the most important thing. Follow a recipe, get your ratios right, get a candy thermometer, and make sure it reaches the hardball stage, so that, or I think there's like a crack state, like a hard crack stage, so you get the right consistency in your candy. Candy is also very, very hot, so if you're a little new or adverse in the kitchen, I would wear gloves. Make sure you have some like oven mitts and stuff when you're dealing with it. Take your time and be extra careful. These 2 cracks of pepper were completely pointless. A lot of times for video, let's just putting it out there, a lot of times for video, what you see on camera is not actually the full thing. So I probably re-seasoned it, where I was just doing a few cracks for the shot. It's not the full amount of seasoning I put in. It's just to show you that you should put your own pepper in there. And also, salt and pepper is to taste. So if you want more pepper in yours, please add more pepper. If you want less pepper in there, please put less pepper. So it's just probably a product of me filming. Instructions unclear. I am wrapped and I can hear the present laughing maniacally outside the paper. I tried my best, and we did this a bunch of times when we were doing these gift wrapping videos of like how to, like say somebody was telling you how to wrap a gift but you weren't visually seeing it, how to clearly give the instructions of how to wrap. I say our videos are for inspiration, so you know that it is possible and it can be done. Yes, of course, we're trying to make sure it's clear enough for you to follow from the video, but when you have a 60, 90-second video on a social media platform, it can sometimes be hard to follow. So maybe just pause it, take it step by step, and try it. How to make the best grilled cheese sandwich. I remember when I had no butter, so I used mayo once. Glad it's a thing people do. Yeah, I love it. Is this McLovin? I hope this is actually McLovin. I don't remember the actor's name, but what's his name? It's not McLovin. Sewing for beginners. I keep mine in my suitcase. Always travel with a sewing kit, and trust me, once Once you've had one popped button, you will never have the sewing kit not with you. I also find that these things are insurance. That's what I call a lot of stuff. That's why I always have so much stuff in my backpack or my suitcase when I travel or even just like leave the house. I call it insurance. If I don't have my sewing kit with me, something will happen to my clothes that I need to do a quick patch job. When I do have it, nothing ever happens. Same thing with like my Tide to Go pen or like a stain stick or my shout wipes or whatever. It's like, I won't get a stain if I have them with me, but the second I leave the house without them, I get a stain on something. So I just count it as insurance. Can this be done in an Instant Pot? Great, yes, it can. The tricky thing with Instant Pots is the different times and settings. So you may wanna check your Instant Pot guide. So just use the right settings. Check your manual or even just quickly look it up online, like how long to cook rice in my Instant Pot, yada yada, whatever, version of the Instant Pot you have. So yeah, try it out. Multi-purpose kitchen heroes. Bro, who needs anything to squeeze lemons? You just use your hands. True, you can just use your hands. These are the most essential tools in the kitchen, are your hands. Outside of that, everything is to add additional help. I use the tong method because you really do get a lot more juice. Just like a citrus juicer, the tongs can squeeze out more than your hands. If you got super strong hands, go with you. These are also great techniques. A lot of people have dexterity problems, or maybe you're older, and you just don't have enough strength in your hands. Try a tool that can give you that extra leverage. So if it's not for you, it could be for several other people, right? The best lemonade recipe, zesty. I've gotten lazy with mine. This is a confession. I've gotten lazy with my lemon zest. I've been wasting a lot of lemon peel lately. I used to use, like, anytime I used a lemon, I would peel it off or zest it off and use it in something. And I think, culinarily, I encourage you to do that. Like if you're using lemon juice in something, use the peel, use the zest. It'll add more flavor. It'll add more depth of flavor because the peel has that lemon essence, that, lemony scent, while the juice has that acidity. So I like the balance of the two. But lately I've just been lemon lazy and just using the juice and throwing the rest away. I need to get out of my lemon lazy phase. Please teach us the difference between pans. I guess there's 3 basic types of pans. You've got your nonstick, your stainless steel, your cast iron, and I guess there's a 4th category, like the enamel coated, like, Dutch oven, like those enamel pans. I like to stick to cast iron, stainless steel, and I do have a couple of those enamel coated, like Dutch oven type pans. It really is up to you. I like to keep things simple and durable, and that's why I recommend stainless steel pans to people. If you get a good quality set, you really cannot damage or destroy them. And with any cookware, take care of it. If you clean it the right way, if you take care of it, it should last you a lifetime and it should cook up properly. The video I have not done that I've been meaning to do for ages is how to properly cook in your stainless steel. So there are techniques to have your stainless steel or cast iron be non-stick, always, but it has to do with taking care of it and make sure you're preheating it and getting it hot enough so when you put food in it, it doesn't stick. So there's a lot of tips and techniques there, but there's many different types of pots and pans, and I'm sure if you're on Instagram, you see all the ads for all the different types of pots and pans that swear that they're the best, non-stick, yada, 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 yada. Find what works for you. If you love a pan and it works for you, great. And if a pan's not working for you, maybe try something else or try something different. I go over to my family's house a lot and cook. They have different pots and pans, so that's how I've been able to say ooh, I like this pot, I like this pan, I'm gonna get one. So maybe do more of that. Ask your friends and family what they cook with, what works for them, and maybe even ask to borrow a pan or go over and cook with them to see how things work if you're really trying to figure out what pot and pan works for you. You don't have to go out and buy a brand new set and not like it and get rid of it and buy a whole brand new set. Ask people you know and trust and see what you're able to experiment with. The first few times I thought he said adorable, and I thought, hey, they look functional, but adorable? Not really. McKenna. Okay, McKenna, I was reading a bunch of these comments and I was so confused, and then I watched the video again and it sounds like I'm saying adorable. And I think sometimes I'm a little like, you can't pronounce and enunciate perfectly. So I guess it was just something that slipped through. And I think I was saying adorable pan. So it was sounding like adorable. I wasn't calling the pans adorable, although I do love my cute little pots and pans. It's supposed to be adorable pot and pan. Maybe, we'll go back to the drawing board with scripting there and maybe update that video. But hey, hope you're not too confused. Thanks. Oh, that was the last one. Yay!